Trinity Readings. We are going to do the Virgo Weekly Tarotscope. This will also be your eclipse full moon reading. The eclipse was yesterday, but the energy will last for a good 1 to 2 weeks with this. Keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus placements because sometimes those will resonate more. And I do offer personal readings. You can get all that information in the description box. All right, let's see what messages want to come through for you. I do want to say be careful of information you're getting about a person that is not coming directly from the source. Don't make something true that's not true. Don't make something true that you don't have proof or knowledge from the direct source. Don't make decisions off of assumptions. That's especially true if you're the type of person that gets a lot of readings or watches a lot of readings. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but if you get a lot of readings on one particular person or one particular situation, be mindful of all the knowledge and insight that you have, and kind of remind yourself that whether the information you have is true or not, it's not information that you've received directly from the source, right? And so don't live so much in this knowledge that you have in your head that you're not paying attention to kind of what is being shown to you in real time, you know. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, you might be dealing with a situation where there's like two completely different sides to the stories, where you and another person are seeing things in a completely different perspective. You and another person are seeing two completely different truths, or there's two completely different truths being spoken, being dealt with. And the odd thing is, I don't think either of you are wrong. I just feel like this situation you've been dealing with this person, there has not been a lot of direct communication. Or maybe there just hasn't been a lot of like really in-depth communication, or just not communication about the issue at hand. And I feel like you and this person both have a very active imagination. And because of this lack of communication or lack of in-depth communication, the mind is like wandering, and the mind is creating all of these different scenarios. And so what you both are dealing with is you both really believe in this truth that you're holding about the other person, and you're both basing how you're acting around each other on all this crap that's in your head, right? And again, I don't feel that either of you are wrong in the way that you're dealing with each other based on what you have going on in your head. But it needs to be spoken. It needs to be spoken. because I feel like there's truth to the assumptions that have been created. There's some truth to it, but there's some that's not true. And you're able to find validation for what's true, and so you believe that that all the other stuff must be true too. But I feel like it's just creating where you and this person are completely at odds and there's no movement forward. And if you are holding an assumption on somebody, right? If you believe that somebody that you're connected with, if like you've been told, oh, that person you're dating is a really bad a womanizer, or that person is a cheater, that person completely fucked over my friend's life, they cheated. You gaining that information, you are going to look at that person in that way. You are going to go, well, maybe they are a cheater. And then everything that person presents to you is going to validate, oh, yep, he's a cheater. Oh, yep, he's a cheater. But nothing that person has done to you has shown that to you. You know what I mean? So just be careful of the assumptions that you're holding for other people. And in all honesty, if you see somebody as a bad person and you treat them as such, they're not going to show you that they're a good person. They're going to validate what you see in them. All right, let's see what else comes up. Yeah, it's like the communication and the information that you've been getting has been enough to get you where you are, right? It's been enough to help you build whatever you've built with this relationship. But it's like you've been skimming the surface with this. There's so much underneath the surface. There's so much that has not been communicated. There's a lot that has been assumed, and it's almost like you're going to the next level in a relationship that you're in, or you're progressing in your career, whatever the situation is. It's like it's time to progress in this. But in order to progress, all of this stuff, it's like I almost feel like the relationship works really well, but if you're in a relationship, but you're both looking at the other, like waiting for the other to fail or waiting for the other to drop the ball. Yeah, there's a lot of depth that needs to be addressed. For some of you, and I don't feel like this is for all of you, but for some of you, I kind of feel like there might be somebody that you've been friends with, maybe even somebody that you've been in a relationship with. You know that there's something negative. You know there's something, or there's something that needs to be confronted. But you maybe have just been overlooking that. It's like you've only seen one side of the situation. And with the one side that you've seen, there have been a lot of assumptions created. And I also feel on the other side of this situation that that person that you're dealing with has only seen one side of you too. Let's see what else. It's like there's genuinely a lot of potential in this situation. Or you have a lot of potential and capability to come out of this situation shining successfully. But there is some kind of truth or communication that is being avoided. Or just has not, you're only seeing the external. Like there needs to be a more in-depth conversation. Yeah, there's unnecessary conflict in, or maybe it's not unnecessary, but there's conflict in a relationship that is keeping this from moving forward. And it's because both of you seem to be holding back a lot. Both of you seem to be holding back communicating some sort of truth. And I feel like, again, both of you are making a lot of assumptions or letting your imagination run wild instead of just dealing with it. Even if this is like a negative situation that it's like you're avoiding it by dealing with it, it's going to put you in a better position. And again, I want to caution, it's like you're seeking some sort of validation that what you are perceiving and assuming is correct, but where you're getting this validation from is not directly from the source, and so it's not showing you what the truth is or what you really need to see in this. It's just validating your it's almost like for some of you, I feel like you are assuming that this relationship can't move forward. Or you're assuming that this relationship is going to fall apart. You're seeing it end before it's even started. but I honestly feel like there's a lot of potential here. But holding back right now and not being direct with this situation, I feel like it's just going to make things more difficult. Because there seems to be a lot of energy building in this relationship, energy building in this situation, a lot more passion being ignited or inspiration being ignited, but at the same time, I feel like it's all this energy being ignited or built up, but it's not going in the right direction. It's going towards this kind of devil energy, this getting in your head too much, being maybe too focused on the details. Let me just get a little bit more. I've seen this in readings with people. It's like somebody will get a reading on somebody, and the reading will go, yeah, this person holds a lot of feelings for you. And then they go, well, they haven't told me those feelings. And so then it becomes that person's mission to get that person to express to them what they believe that they know that they already feel, right? And so their mind space the entire time is to get that person to own up to what their feelings for them are, right? And they already have in their mind what they believe that person's feelings are. And so just think about the energy that that other person is receiving based on that. Like, energetically, I already know what you feel like, you might as well admit it, right? But it's like, I feel like you have some sort of knowledge or intuitive feelings about a person, and you're trying to get that out of the person. And I feel like you keep trying to do the same thing to get that out of this person. And I don't feel like it's working because it's not direct. Because you're trying to get that person to validate to you something that you already believe to be true. And in some instance, that's kind of like overstepping another person's boundaries, in all honesty. You know, I mean, I know that that's what I do for a living, is do readings to give you insight, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. So I feel like you and this person have a really good connection. It's like, I also feel like it could be like you both have a different goal in mind. Like you're looking towards this person to express their feelings to you, or let you know where you stand with them, right? But this person's they don't even realize that that's what you're looking for. In their mind, everything in the relationship is fine. You know where you stand with this person, and their goal is to, you know, work extra and save a lot of money so you guys could buy a house together 5 years from now. You know what I mean? It's like you both have the same goal in terms of building a relationship, but I feel like you're just both looking at it in a different perspective. And because you're both wanting to gain something completely different, you're both at odds with each other without even understanding why. And again, there is a lot that has not been communicated. There's a lot of depths that needs to occur in this communication, or in this relationship. And even if you feel like it's been difficult to have conversations with this person in the past, or get to the depths with this person in the past, I do feel that energetically this week there's a strong opening for that communication, for it to be received in the way it needs to be received. I feel like this came out in the Cancer reading as well. Something similar. So if you have Cancer in your chart or you're dealing with somebody who's a Cancer, you might want to watch that. But if you feel that you know something about a person and you're not expressing that to them, or if you're wanting to have some sort of conversation but not having it, or if you have some truth that you need to say to somebody but you're holding it in, I don't feel like it's a good idea to try to hold back on that this week. And I don't feel that it's a good idea with this relationship and this person for you to try to get information elsewhere this week, because I feel that this person is very open to having the conversation that you need to have, or the energy is very open for you to both to start something solid to move forward. There's a lot of really positive energy under the surface. And so it's like, don't let that energy go to waste, because this relationship, I feel like, is what you want. There's a lot of potential to this relationship. It needs to be nurtured. The relationship itself is not being nurtured. You're both like mentally nurturing your fears in the relationship and not the connection itself. All right. I hope you have a good week. Bye-bye.